taking now the time to establish this, to invest in the tightening, reinforcing our infrastructure, all the different elements that are making the game today, it's a promise for the future.
So pretty much the next 3 months are dedicated to the next few years.
Exactly. For the next few years, obviously, this is going to be an everyday work. I mean, Operation Health, it's strengthening and reinforcing the game's foundation. It's about laying out the new investments that are gonna allow us to keep building and keep pushing that game and welcome more players as we move forward. But it's gonna be after Operation Health, we'll still have that health mentality and making sure that we push new content, push new tech as best as possible. And I think we're gonna see this in some of the pillars that we're explaining today.
Who's that sexy news guy? It's different, yes, it's different. And he's on the channel, whatever we make it on news.
Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Diff3Rent, and today we'll be talking about Operation Health. This time we will go over the dev panel from the live stream this past weekend and see what they have to say about it. If you like any of this content, consider subscribing. Before we go over it, let me say that most of what was said I actually already discussed in my previous video about this. I went more in depth, so please check out that video if you would like to know more on things that I touch here. Now let's get into it. So why is this such a priority right now? Well, they're looking to make the game the best that it can be. They want to give the players the best experience throughout the entire game. Even before the gameplay, like partying up, connecting to opponents, voice chatting, and all the other things that just aren't gameplay. This isn't only about fixing bugs that are in the game currently, or about inventing new things to be putting in the game, but about investing into the game to make it better. This is all going to be about the technical standpoint of things. The example that they gave during the live stream was the system that they have in place right now is like trying to fix a car while it's moving. It's just really difficult to change a tire as you're driving down the expressway at 65 miles an hour. They know that they need to go into some systems and rework it from the ground base. For example, Hibana's pellets. And for that reason, they're looking to take the next 3 months and improve the quality and experience for players. Which is a good thing. They notice that they're having some issues and they know that they need to fix it, and now they're taking the steps to actually fix that. Then they go on and they talk about Pillar 1, one-step matchmaking. That will give us a more fluid and stable experience. It is going to be both in ranked and casual. I don't know why it would be any different than that. And we're also going to get an interactive matchmaking. This I am definitely excited about. I cannot wait to be doing something while waiting for a game. One of the most annoying things that it's been about to me is just sitting there waiting for new people to come in, just watching the screen, looking at absolutely nothing. I mean, when you hop off the game to do something else, you know you kind of have a problem there. This is definitely going to be nice, and it'll make buying everything for the ops a lot less painful. If you would like to know more about one-step matchmaking, like what it is and what kind of system that we have right now in place, go ahead and check out my other video where I go way more in depth on it. Then they go over a new menu system. So now the default isn't going to be just jumping back in with the team that you just played after a game. You're going to be kicked back onto the main menu. This is definitely nice for those people who just sit AFK and you like the team, you want to stay with them, but there's that one AFK guy that is just really annoying. So you can now choose to stay with the team that you're currently queued with, or you can just go in and queue alone, which means that you don't need to back out into the main menu just to go back into matchmaking again. And they said that party leader is in the control of the decision of the queue. Finally, reason to be a party leader. Now I'm really hoping that this means that you can just back out with your team and not just yourself. That is one of the most frustrating things that I have, waiting that 15 seconds just to back out to the main menu and wait a little bit, then re-queue again. And they said that you can even choose to unsquad at that menu. So it's looking like you're going to have full control over everything. Then they go over their other point, 100% server-based features. With doing these, it's going to simplify flows and make a solid experience overall. Now, NAT type will not exist. Everyone's going to have an open NAT type. The party system and the voice system is going to be on the server side. So now we don't have to rely on direct connections to each other. We just need to connect to the server, which simplifies things to make for a better architecture. And now there's no more seeing other people's IPs, which I didn't actually know was a thing, so I guess that's good. I mean, for security, it definitely is 100% good. This new way of doing things will also cut down on connectivity errors. This is because it cuts down on variables with the way that you connect to everything, which then has less errors within the flow. And they're doing this now because there's just too much complexity in the system when you try and mash everybody's connection all together and you're connecting each one to each other and then each of those connections to other people, and then it just gets really messy. So now everyone just has to connect to the server, and it's just a lot easier. And with everyone connecting to the servers, they're now going to have faster servers. With that in mind, they're going to be getting new generation of servers now, so they're going to be more powerful. Currently, the tick rate is set at 50 ticks, and they're going to go ahead and up it to 60 ticks. If you want to know more about any of that kind of stuff, check out my other video. Moving on to pillar number 2, they're showing us the new development process that they're going to have. One of the main concerns about the console players is that they're going to get updates later now, and they wonder why. Why is this going to happen? The reason for this is because the developers want more safety nets. And with these safety nets in place, it means that there's going to be less bugs for everybody to be dealing with. This is because they can update PC a lot more easier than they can consoles. By doing it this way, they can expose the patch to more and more people, opening up a broader view on the quality of how the patch actually is. And if anything goes wrong with it, they can just send out a patch within an hour, or they'll be able to just roll back to their old version. I mean, it's one thing to be testing everything within your own little environment and people who built the stuff, and it's another to just throw it at a whole bunch of other people who play a completely different way and see things completely differently and try and do things that you wouldn't even begin to think about. Which is why the on and off switch that they mentioned is an actual good thing that they should have, which would instantly turn off any bugs that could be happening. Then they can take their time and dive into the code to see exactly what was happening and what went wrong. So why is console last? Well, that's because of Microsoft and Sony. Ubisoft has to go through a process to get their codes and their patches approved by Microsoft or Sony, and then they can go ahead and roll it on consoles. So by doing it with this new way with PC first, it's actually a bigger benefit to consoles because they're going to have the most reliable system always. And then Pillar 3 is trying to fix all the bugs at the same time. Regression was the problem that they didn't see when trying to fix everything. Fixing bugs in a smaller portion will allow them to easily detect where the regression is actually happening. And with these bugs are going to be the top community bugs, like I said in my previous video. They are looking at the ones on Twitter and also the ones on their subreddit. The only one that they really mentioned that they're actually going to be fixing is Hibana's pellets. But we all knew that that was coming. They're not going to be heavily addressing balance during these 3 months either. They did say that they could be looking at a small tweaks, the data tweaks, which are like just taking the recoil and changing that a little bit, doing a little bit more on damage, but nothing graphical. The changes that were actually stated on the live stream were for the operators Glass, Thermite, Ash, Jackal, and Fuse. Glass is going to get a damaged nerf. It's now going to take 2 to 3 bullets to kill somebody. His recoil is going to be bigger, and it's going to be harder to change shots because of that. Thermite and Ash are not going to have smokes anymore. They're actually going to go ahead and give their smokes to Jackal and Fuse. And the roadmap is exactly what I explained in my other video. Nothing has changed. Let's talk about the level design team. You might think that they're on a hiatus, not making a Polish map, but they're definitely not. They're going to be going through all the current maps that we have right now, and they're going to be correcting all of the various bugs and glitches that are on there. But that's not the only thing that they're looking to do. They are also looking to stop spawn killing. Now that they're going to have some time to fully focus on stopping the spawn killing, let's see how they actually do. Rip Jaeger mains. The reason that they're deciding to do this now is because they are looking at the current state that the game is in, and they're trying to project 3 to 4 years from now. They're looking at around 60 ops, many maps, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to maintain all that. They're trying to figure out how they can build more and more. So they went back to the drawing board to see how they could do that, and now they're going to be building the proper groundwork in order to have better content for our future. So let's move on to the deployment overview. At first, we just got an overview of the 3 pillars. So we all expected it to be month 1, month 2, and month 3. I mean, that kind of made sense. But now it's split into this health roadmap. As you can see, it's split into a backend and title updates. So we as a player will only really be seeing 2 kind of patches. The first one that we're going to get is involving one-step matchmaking as well as interactive matchmaking and some bug fixes. The second patch that we see, we're going to get some alpha packs and also some more bug fixes. Now I know that alpha packs aren't part of healing the game. They touched on this during the live stream. So let's go over why these alpha packs are going to be deployed to us. Main reason, they've already been developed. So why not, right? Another reason is that they touch on the interactive matchmaking part that we're going to be getting, and it's really hard to separate out that and the alpha packs. So instead of separating it out and creating more bugs that we're going to get, they're just going to deploy it all together like they should. So what are alpha packs? They're just free loot for the player. I mean, you can't get too mad about that, right? At the end of the match, you get a chance to get an alpha pack. You also have a chance to not get one. If you do not get one, then your chances on getting one in the next match are increased. There is item rarity levels within here as well. I wonder if they're just going to have stuff exclusive to alpha packs. What do you think? Would you like something like that? Something that is exclusive just in the alpha pack that you can only get by a chance? And if you get an item that you already have, you'll get refunded with Renown. What could be better than that? Okay, here it is. Operation Health Hub. This is where you're going to go to find out all the information that you need to know about Operation Health. We can see some of the newest articles. Here's a video that they posted on their YouTubes and some other stuff here. So if we go over to the roadmap section, away from the main, we can see the pillars first. Then we can see the Operation Health roadmap. Then we can see the whole season. Whoa. We can see the whole season roadmap. So, you know, it's pretty straightforward. You want to come back, just check them out. There's that. Now we also have this tab called the known issues. So let's go over what we have here. So in online and multiplayer, people can join in a ranked game that is ongoing. That's not exactly what we're looking to do. So they're going to go ahead and take that out, which is a good thing. So in connectivity and installation, we got some BattlEye troubleshooting and connection issues. They know that users are encountering some difficulty when attempting to run the BattlEye, so hopefully this can be solved and fixed. Moving on down to performance, we are looking at poor laptop FPS, so they're looking to improve that. Monitor display, we can't run triple monitors anymore, guys. Dang. The GTX 700 series flickering, I have that card. Uh-oh. Hopefully they fix that. Alright, so let's go move down to bug and glitches. The pellets, which I already knew about that. We talked about that earlier. Diffuser cannot be planted on broken floors. Players are able to shoot through the floor. Isn't that something that should be happening? It is not intended to be able to shot through that floor. Shoot through, not shot through. Oh, here we go. Hibana's pellets, you know, the launcher doesn't generate an audio or visual cues. I have seen that a lot, actually, so that'll be nice to have it fixed. Red dot optics, still having a problem with some optics, so they're going to go ahead and fix that with some sizes over there. Destroying the diffuser. There's currently a method that exists that can prevent the defenders from destroying the diffuser. I wish I would have known that so I can get my platinum. We got drone clipping on the bank. Hatches, debris preventing secure. That's interesting. Didn't know that was a thing. We got suppressor damage reduction. Didn't know that was a thing. Upright barbed wire, nitro cell placement, hit markers, distant camera, unbreakable glass, and oh, nice. Yes, they're gonna fix it. That is exciting. Guys, the geisha room is gonna be fixed. That is exciting. Half of this room is not able to go ahead and be fixed, so I'm glad that this is going to be fixed. Yes, this is actually my first time reading through this, just so you guys know. And the hit registration for both players in first view is inaccurate. Yep. So they're working on hit registration for all of the platforms, which is good. So hopefully, you know, that'll be fixed. You know, a lot of people complain about that. I mean, that's probably why I don't get any kills. So yeah, hopefully they fix that and I can start killing people. That'll be nice. But yeah, so this is the website. You can go ahead and hop over here. It is public, open to everybody. Just go ahead, check this out. The link will be in the description. You can read through all the bugs and everything yourself. You know, find some more information here. Look at the roadmaps. You can look at the main part, get some more blogs. So they will be updating this website constantly as we move on throughout the whole Operation Health. And they plan on being pretty transparent here. So hopefully they stick with that. And I guess we'll find out. Only time will tell. And that's all I got for you today. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. This was more of a freestyle-ish video. Let me know what you guys thought about it. If you enjoyed this content and want me to continue doing it, consider supporting me. Check out the links in the description. There you can purchase some products that will give me some kickbacks and help me to continue to do this kind of stuff. You can go ahead and follow me over on Twitch and on Twitter. Until next time, stay different, everybody.